Hi Chomi, my name is Vuvu. If you're new on here, please consider pressing that red subscribe button down below and joining the family. If you're an oldie, a member of the fam bam, welcome back fam, and thank you for joining me once again. It's another episode of TBT with V, and today we're talking about the Real Housewives of Africa Ultimate Girls Trip reunion. The bit of the series and the reunion, I've got thoughts, I've got words, so if that's something that you're interested in, please do stay tuned. Okay, what happened is I started the series, obviously the reality show, in December when everybody started, and life happened in December. You know how Decembers usually go, and then I fell off. And then when I heard there was a reunion, because the last Ultimate Girls Trip that they gave us, they didn't give us a reunion. That was the South Africa Ultimate Girls Trip. So I didn't expect one this time around. But when I heard reunion, I was like, no, lock in, because already you were having issues with some of this casting or the cast members. So let's lock in. Okay, I did. Before I talk about the reunion, I want to say to you guys, some of these productions, I took a while there because I'm gathering my thoughts. Some of these productions and how they choose to edit really puts us in muddy situations. Okay, like we don't really want to be the bad people, but you turn us into the villains because you only show us a glimpse of what's really happening. I know it's not Big Brother, I know we're not expected to see you 24 hours a day, but the way you edit does influence perception. And now when all of these people are saying, hey, it happened off camera, now my genuine feeling most of the time when I hear that, I'm like, just hush to the pie. There've been reality shows for years before yours, and nobody ever said to anybody until you. I feel like this is a term that South African reality show cast members really love. Off camera, you said it happened off camera, production didn't include Haibo Betuna. I don't know, but I hate that so much because you're making us feel like there's things that we don't know that we should have known in order for us to be able to understand you better. And it's both a cost issue as well as production issue. Stop that thing, okay? Whatever that thing is called, stop it, because it's starting to grind me. Okay, if you feel like these people are hopping on about an issue during your editing process, show us the issue. Show it to us. Show it to us, so that we can all be on the same page. All right, anyway, right now the thing that really did bother me quite a bit, okay, let's start from the beginning. The character that I really did have a problem with to start with was Dr. C. I feel like drama in a situation where a lot of women who come from different walks of life, who don't know each other from Adam, are brought together, drama is bound to happen, okay? Because especially when you have strong-willed, strong-headed women, it's going to happen generically. You do not have to force the situation, you do not have to manipulate the situation, you do not have to be a catalyst. Trust me, it's going to happen on its own. You do not need to assist the drama. It doesn't need a sous chef. That drama is gonna come in there like it owns the space, okay? And that's not always a good thing, but what I'm trying to say is just enter the scene and, like the rest of the ladies, be yourself. If there's a clash, there's a clash. Personality clashes happen everywhere, in every walk of life, because we're not the same people. It's going to happen. Resolving it is going to be amicable. You don't need to keep stirring the pot. We're not sous chef for the drama. No, man. No. And umdala, I have to, and by this I'm not even being ageist, right? I consider even me, myself, and anybody else who's even in their 30s, sabadala, guys, sabadala. So there's certain things that I don't expect from a certain person, not just women of a certain age. Stop it. I can't sit there screaming at the TV that umdala, Chomi, why would you be doing some of these things? You are grown. I can't be asking you to grow up. Umdala. So she really frustrated the hell out of me. And that, to be quite honest, was the reason why I did stop. I stopped because I was like, no, especially when the lady, because she's from Nairobi, so this is Dr. C, and then this is Vena from the Nairobi franchise. I'll admit I didn't watch the Nairobi. I haven't watched actually even all of the South African ones. In South Africa, I only watched the Real Housewives of Joburg, and then I watched all the seasons of the Real Housewives of Durban. That's all I did. I haven't watched any Real Housewives of anything. Even the American ones, I have not watched any. Those are the only ones that I've watched. So these two are from the Nairobian franchise. They had a tiff on their franchise, I suppose, because I don't know which season. And Zena apparently called Dr. C a witch, and because of crimes that are committed against people that are assumed to be witches in villages in Nairobi, Dr. C found it fit to bring a coffin to Zena's event at a restaurant, and kind of threatened that basically Zena, if she's a witch, she'll put Zena in that coffin, which was a whole lot of drama, okay, for something that could have been ironed out verbally. Too much drama for that. And already for me, I was like, that's boring me. But Zena was not there at the start of the season. However, towards the end of episode 1, they introduced her, and obviously she's now a catalyst. You see, the producers are even doing the catalyst for the drama for you. Well, now why are you now being the one to also want to assist? They haven't asked for assistance, but anyway, she comes in, and then I was already on time. Oh, this woman is gonna annoy me further, because she was really instigating. Anyway, Zena came in, and she was really not really a threat. You could see that she was going through something. So I didn't know. For me personally, I associated it with this whole drama because it sounded like it was old but not too old, in terms of maybe I haven't seen you since you did this to me, so when I see you, it's kind of rekindling everything, so I'm gonna end up behaving a certain type of way. So I was curious about that. Anyway, that's the Nairobi cast. From Nigeria, because I think it's from Lagos and Abuja, we have Miriam and we have Princess Jakoko. And of these two ladies, really, I think to a certain degree, the one lady that I liked the most here is Miriam. But there were moments where I was like, Chomi, you know, here's my chat about culture, right? I really do think that you need to keep an open mind and understand people's cultures in general. So what I'm trying to get at is that your culture is not more important than my culture. My culture is not more important than your culture. So when we're gonna have clashes, which is what the clashes between Nigeria and some of the cast members were, is that they kept wanting to educate everybody about their culture. But I feel like if you want to educate people about your culture, you must also be open to being educated about their culture, so that you can meet somewhere in the middle. You see, like these two fingers coming towards each other. You can't stand there and expect this person who's here to come to you. No, Chomi, that's not how it works, because you are no better than this person and this person is no better than you. So if we are coming from a place of talking about culture and wanting you or your culture to be understood, you must also want to understand the other person's culture, so that you can meet halfway. But I don't feel like they were doing that at any point when they were bringing up that in Nigeria we don't do this, in Nigeria this, in Nigeria. It's okay, and listen, love your country. We all know how South Africans also feel about their country. We love our country, and we will also say in South Africa. But there needs to be a point in the educating of each other, especially if we're gonna coexist, where you have to agree that if you are going to teach me something about you, and especially if this thing that you're teaching me about you is a correction, I'm allowed to say, teach you something about me and the reason why I did the thing that you needed to correct. Do we understand each other? And then we can come as two individuals now outside of those things and say, okay, with all of these things we've said being considered, this is how you and I are now agreeing to liaise with each other based on what we have given each other as information. So it's either we're gonna neglect that and form our own culture in terms of how we meet, or we're gonna be empathetic and conscious of the differences in these two cultures every time we interact. So if I say something to you that isn't said really in your culture, which is really not coming from a place of offense from me, because in my culture it's not offensive, you need to then listen to me as somebody who's given you that piece of information and that schooling. And I'm also gonna be conscious as to try and avoid saying things to you or in conversation with you that might be offensive to you because you've taught me something about your culture. But honestly, it can't just be you. That's all I'm saying. You cannot just be it can't be that the only culture that we're going to respect is yours just because you feel like you've got something to teach me. Absolutely not. I do not agree with that. Absolutely no. In from South Africa, we got Madame is back. She's always been my favorite. Evodia is a classic person who was made for television. Without any effort, she gives us what reality shows should be giving us. Like, that's why I'm saying you don't need to stir any pots. Your personality should be enough, and her personality is so beautiful. Like, every time I watched her, I was like, ooh. Sometimes, like, I had little feelings of I wish I knew her in real life. Like, all I would do is sit down and have conversations with this lady because she's not animated, but she gives, like, she's so colorful. Like, her personality is full of color, and I absolutely love it. You can see that obviously she's grown in terms of age as well as in terms of character since Real Housewives of Durban, of Johannesburg, which was the first Real Housewives franchise in South Africa. Season 1, they only ever had that one season, so she's definitely a different person. Not different in that she hasn't changed who she is, but she has grown. You can tell that she thinks differently this time around, and even that she still remained herself. So I absolutely love that. So from that one we got Evodia, Madame, and we got Christelle. And then from the Durban franchise we got Jojo, Annie. I absolutely love Annie. I think initially when she was in the Durban franchise I had a love-hate relationship with her, and then when she left I was like, oh, I think I was still trying to establish whether I like her or not, but this show really showed me that I actually did like her character. I like her. She's not always right, but I like her. So we've got Annie, we've got Jojo, we've got Angel. This is Durban. I don't think am I missing anyone? I don't think so. This is the cast, this is the crew. So we've got Nairobi, Nigeria, South Africa. Okay, and obviously it's dominated by South Africa. They were in Brazil. Everybody complained about the quality of the production. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not really going to talk much else about the actual show. It's just those few things, and one last thing that was a major thing that I just wanted to ventilate before I talk about that reunion show. So the other thing that I had a problem with is that Christelle is problematic. I will say this statement before I continue to talk. Christelle is an issue. In jail, wherever she goes, she's problematic, because I don't think that she knows that she is a walking rage baiter. And because she does not know this, she is very careless with how she talks to people, and it would take you trying to learn a character of that nature to know that it's not always intentional. She's not always trying to stir the pot. She's not always, but it will take you learning this person. And if you've got 10 days together and all of you are part of something that should be giving entertainment, there's very little patience for somebody who wants to rage bait every single time. That you cannot just exist, enjoy this moment, or do whatever it is that you were called there to do, because now you must attend to the rage that has been baited out of you. She's successfully done it, because for some reason, even me sometimes when she speaks, I'm like, I'm boiling, child. Just paraphrase, rephrase what you've just said, because now I'm ready to attend to you, because what are you saying? And at the same time, I have such a big empathy for Christelle's character, especially having watched her throughout these different franchises that she's been part of. So she was in season 1 of Joburg, then there was meant to be season 2, and it was cancelled because she got abused on set there by ladies and she got a black eye. And then she was on the Jamaica Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip South Africa when they were in Jamaica, and even there I got more of a glimpse into who she is. And then now she's on this one, and I'm like, this time around, having seen Christelle all of these other times, she really was not meaning any harm. I really do think that she got there and she wanted to have a good time. It's just that she put her foot in it. Nah? And obviously, like I'm saying, this issue of having things that are off camera, on camera, hey, we're not showing everything, but apparently she did make some racial slurs and some very nasty remarks towards the Nigerian people. So I cannot speak to that because I didn't see it, right? But in the times in which she was attacked, I do believe, as a viewer, when I was watching, I did feel like she was attacked, she was bullied. And yes, I'm still feeling like she's annoying, but I do empathize with her character. And I really do think that in any situation where there's two against one, I'll always empathize with the one, because you have more power in that situation, because now it's a gang situation. And I really think that a lot of the ladies missed an opportunity to call each other out, to say, this is where it stops, stop it, guys, because this is nasty. Imagine this happening to you. Imagine. So now at some point everybody was like having their little moment, with a little crystal moment. Everybody had to have a jab at her, because ultimately she did tell you guys she is the show. Because what else were you talking about before her? Dr. C, and then that was gonna end. But for some reason, for the 5 days that she was there, that is all you guys had to tell us. And for me, I question a group of people where people cannot say God or Chomi or wrong and still be friends. You should be able to say no. And even in the moments, because also what annoys me about these Real Housewives shows is that every episode, scene after scene, I'd like to apologize, I'm sorry, how about you be present in the moment so that you don't do anything to be sorry about? How about that? Don't do it in the first place. Be present of mind. Be present and decide for yourself. Me as me, a self-respecting person, I will not do anything that I'm gonna need to apologize for. And I really think that the person that encapsulated this in this season quite a lot was Madame. I want to say Zena as well, but Zena was really not there fully for me to say she did it intentionally. So the person who really was fully there, she was fully present for the season and really was very conscious of who she was and how she was showing up, was definitely Madame. And she really, for me personally, had nothing to apologize for during the show. Obviously, like I'm saying, if you're gonna keep certain scenes and information from us, it's gonna be hard for us to say was she right, was she wrong. But from what I saw, she did nothing that she needed to apologize for. Anyway, to this reunion, guys, can you just score me a little bit? What is the point of a reunion? Because for me, Mablé, every time that he's had these moments with all the Real Housewives of Durban, he always frustrates me. And my biggest frustration, like, I really don't mind that he's got that contract, and maybe it's a contract for life and it's fine, but can he just be more assertive? Right? And by assertive, I don't mean just hushing the ladies when they're getting out of control. It's more assertive in getting us the answers that we want. And if it seems like Vuvu is at the tip of a reveal, don't cut her off because you've got the next question. Let's follow. That's good television. The good television is when we follow what she could have said that she shouldn't have said and what it's gonna reveal. The script is just a guide, okay? The questions are just a guide. If we do not go through all of them, it's okay, but don't cut them off. When they're about to give us what we came here for, don't cut them off, please. This is the only thing that frustrates me. And every single time he hosts, this is how I feel. And I felt like that in this first episode of the reunion. I'm like, Mablé. Bayeke, chum. Kabayeke. Even if you give me 3 reunion episodes, kabayeke. I want to see something. I want to see it now, and you are preventing me. You are the gatekeeper between me and something. And so yes, Alan, oh, don't do it, because you are killing me inside. I'm busy, and I am one of those people when I watch reality TV, people would swear that I'm watching a sport because I scream at my TV. I'm busy screaming, Bayeke, chum, Bayeke. Leave them, let them tell us what they feel is pressing, it's burning. And the thing is, when you let them, it's gonna die out. That fire is just blah, you know, it flares up and then it dies. No, trying to stop them. No, ladies, keep quiet, ladies, the only person you should play referee is that Crystal doesn't stop talking. She makes a point, but she goes along a long road, and even after she's made it, she now things that we don't need to know. All right, So from this one, that's the one thing that I was not happy about. My Blair, please, I'm begging you, next time do different, okay? Though I will then say to you, regarding the conversations that were had, I loved the fact that you could educate some of the cast members and they can see what's wrong. We found out what was wrong with Zena, which I absolutely empathize with, and I understand then why she showed up in this way. However, I do want to say that she should have been given an opportunity to not come and maybe come for a future ultimate girls trip, because I don't think that in the condition that she was in she should have come. I still also understand that because they had Dr. C and that was like her arch nemesis, let's say, in that show, maybe that's why they wanted, and maybe Dr. C wanted to come to the show, so that's probably why they included her. And the fact that it seemed like it was a little bit later, that's why I get it. I feel like the reunion just confirmed to me that I really do have a problem with Dr. C and Choxo's personalities. For me, reunions are not for you to deliver the show anymore. The show is delivered, no? For me, I think this is the opportunity for you to assert who you are, and if that's how you are showing us who you are, then honey pie, some of the things that you say that are coming out of your mouth, and I'll always say this because these shows are women friendships. As a woman of your age who is a mother with a daughter and a son, right, mind your speech, mind what the things that you say and the words that are coming out of your mouth about other women, about other people, and these kind of things. The internet, the TV, these things, they live on longer than you would like them to. Just be very mindful. And also, yes, you're not here for us to like you. We could not like you. This person could have irked you till kingdom come. It's not us that you're bothered with, but I really do hope you're bothered by the perception of you are putting out there for the people that are closest in your life. For me, I think the best kind of show when it comes to these reality shows is when your sister, your mother, your brother, your family is watching this and saying, absolutely, that is her, okay? And if it's not, if you're putting a performance for us, then please don't entertain me specifically like that, because I'm not entertained. I'm actually appalled by some of the things that Dr. C and Princess Choxo were saying during the reunion. I really was very, very, very disappointed. Loved most of the things that were coming out of Annie's mouth. Listen, and I think I am warming up to Zena a little bit, but I really think I need a little bit more for me to be convinced. Obviously, Madame, in my eyes, she can do no wrong. And Angel, for me, I think there's a big part of me that wants to like her. Sometimes her opinion really does land and I like it, and then there are moments where I'm like, Chomi, what's going on? What's going on? Jojo is one of those, like, I like her as a person. She's a cast member that I don't have any negative feelings towards, right? So my positive feelings towards her are not so strong for me to be on some Jojo, but I'm fine. I'm okay with Jojo. Crystal, I do think that with opportunities like this where you're sharing the limelight with people, you must know how to share the limelight. This is not the Crystal show. This is not the Crystal's Real Housewife of Joburg Crystal. It's not that, okay? And you need to be able to accept that people will have opinions, and they can say what they want to say, and then you can correct, right? And I also feel like you need to allow people to call you out, because that whole idea about what you did with the crew on that first night and not hearing them out when they were not comfortable, when they were saying no, and like, absolutely what Annie said, if it was gender reversed, it would have been a big issue. Stop that. Don't do that kind of stuff. Like, for me, that was utterly disgusting. That does not justify you being slut shamed, don't get me wrong, but that behavior on its own is wrong. So you must be able to be accountable and say, what I did is wrong. Not if what I did, if I took it too far. No. Acknowledge that now that you have pointed this out, I can see that I did something wrong and I am sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I'd like to apologize to the crew members that I interacted with on that day, and this is not how I intended this to be. I'm truly very sorry. It will not happen again. Not if what you are wrong, that's wrong. it's the same thing that I feel like Dr. C she can't take accountability. What you have done and how you have depicted this person and all of this gossip mongering. Umdala, stop it. That's one character that I did not enjoy on the show. Absolutely not. Even in the moments where I did feel like there were soft moments that she did show to us, I really did not like it. And I think I'll end off this video to say that having watched that whole show, these women all carry some form of baggage, and I think that it shows up in very interesting ways in how they interact with everybody else. And I don't think that as a viewer you're often mindful of that aspect of it, that these are not people who live in silos. These are people that are coming there with a lot of hurt, who have lived life, who have been through so many experiences, and all of that informs how they interact with strangers, how they interact with new spaces, how they protect themselves, how they show up for the public, etc, etc. And if you watch with that in mind, especially when they start sharing the different things that have torn them apart, you get a little bit more empathy for all of these characters, and you get a little bit more appreciation for the fact that they do want to give us this little glimpse into their lives, no matter how far orchestrated it is. Anyway, with that being said, I'm looking forward to the second episode of the reunion, and I'm just hoping, I know that has already been shot, but my Blair, please, I pray to the heavens that you just let the camera roll, just let the good times roll. Okay, but until next time, I love you very, very much for choosing me, and bye for now.